Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. It is time for another Pounds for Purs workout. And today was the squat focus day. Now, I did take yesterday off. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but a combination of, me being lazy and kind of pushing it off, and I got a little bit of a late start, on top of the fact that my lower back was just a tiny bit tight. Nothing too bad. I probably could have and should have still lifted, but I didn't. I ended up doing home stuff instead. Now, you're noticing I'm going to a hang snatch. Instead of my typical drop snatch, tall snatch, I'm doing a hang snatch, which I will do time to time. I don't do it often, but it is still good just because it gets everything ready, gets the central nervous system set up for my main mover, and it's still good. I go light, very light. Like for a hang snatch, if I'm using it and I'm trying to do some overload with it, I'll start around, probably around 95, and then I'll usually go to like around 135 or something like that. But as a primer, I keep it very, very light because it's just getting me warmed up. Now, squats. Pretty good. I was just really, if I'm being totally 100% transparent, I was just going for depth. That's really all I was going for today, and I was able to achieve that. So 10 by 5, 235, I'm still working with light weights, but the volume is really where it counts. So getting the 50 reps, keeping on top of the rest periods for 90 seconds between sets, making sure that I'm on top of it and not allowing myself to take more time than I should. So I'm still pretty locked in on that. I'm still able to do that. My work capacity is still pretty good right now, and I'm hoping to continually increase that before I start getting to heavy sets. So these reps are pretty good. I did do let's say 2 sets from the left side and then alternated 2 sets on the right side, and I just kept kind of going back and forth just so you can see it from both angles. But I'm pretty happy with these squats. They're not bad. They're pretty locked in, and again, really just going for depth. Oh, and also I did preface this with a little warm-up before I did my primer on an elliptical, and just nothing crazy, really easy, slow, steady pace. I think I went for about 0.4 of a mile, 4/10 or 2/5 if you will, and I think it took me about something along the lines of 5 minutes. So again, really easy. Just wanted to do a little something beforehand, and then I got into my workout. So squats, good day. I will probably just restart the 3-day cycle since I did take yesterday off. So I squatted today, I'll overhead press tomorrow, and then I'll deadlift after that, and then I'll take a day off. So, which is funny because this is actually what the program normally is when I do it, and when I have run it before. I would do squat on day 1, overhead press day 2, deadlift on day 3. This time around, just because of the first 2 workouts that I had done coming back to the gym, left off on squat and bench press, I didn't want to squat again for the next workout, so that's why I did deadlift first, and then I went to the overhead press and then the squat. But now that the schedule got a little jumbled, I could just take tomorrow off and then restart the deadlift, overhead press, squat cycle. But I'll just take yesterday as my day off, and then I'll do overhead press tomorrow, and then deadlift after that, and then take a day off. So that should really have little to no effect. But when it came to my secondary movement, I went to a heavier sumo deadlift, and I went conservative. I knew that when I started my working sets, I went really light. I really should have added another 50 pounds because I did a warm-up set with 135, I did a warm-up set with 185, and then I did a 5x5 with 225, and it was easy. So it wasn't a breeze, but I mean, it wasn't a challenge really. So I really, thinking about it, I should have done at least 275. But I'll just keep that in reserve for next time. So I was happy with just the fact that sumo is getting comfortable again, because I really like that variation of the deadlift, especially being in the wider stance, getting the adductors involved, getting the hip flexors bringing it down to more of the lower body as opposed to back oriented like the conventional is, and it really complements my deadlifting. I like concentrating on either one at any given point in the ear, and I like overloading because they help each other. So as I get stronger with one, I get stronger with the other, and they just kind of go back and forth. And then I'll add in snatch grip here and there, which is like another further addition just to be able to really get a lot of good back development, more specifically in the upper back. Now, that was the workout. So should I have done another exercise? Probably. Could I have? Most likely. But I decided to cut it after Sumo Deadlift. Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, and remember, adopt, don't chop.